Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in a creative mixed media art journal, a traveler's notebook size, following the words and wisdom of Mark Twain in his book, Following the Equator. Sit down, enjoy, and let's see where we go. Good morning, good morning. I've been making some more of my own paper again. This is, what do they call this? I reduced the opacity, so it was much more faded looking. Halloween. I'm a big Halloween person. This is a bunch of different documents in different languages. Some pretty jewelry. But look what somebody did. This was from Pinterest. They took circles of paper and stringed them like beads. They may be, the paper was already maybe gessoed or Mod Podge somehow, so it's a little bit stiffer, but they strung them. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Today, oh, I did happen to find this too. This is the Paul Rubens brand, which I have never used. But they're all metallics. And they're all labeled in Chinese. But, oh my goodness. And I love this size box. And the pink case, it's hard to beat. Hard to beat. And it came with a pretty dust cloth and gorgeous box. Transparent watercolors. And here's the history of Paul Rubens in China, Shanghai. And some drawing pencils, red and blue ones. I had one or two of these already, but I've broken them or lost them or whatever. Not that I'm a great drawer, but I do like to pretend like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Anyhow, so today's chapter is all about the wheat again and the ingenuity of the indigenous people, the Aborigines, to be able to create these boomerangs and wheats that returned. No, it said the wheat, roughly described as a fat wooden cigar with its butt end fastened to a flexible twig. The whole thing is only a couple feet long and weighs less than 2 ounces. That was what Mark Twain said about it. And then the rest of the chapter is that if these people were smart enough, why did they let the white men take their country? Very, very non-politically correct and very, very, that was my stomach. A lot of social commentary. So I think I've been doing some condensing of books and pulling things out of books and getting rid of the rest of it because I have too many books. But I found this in a children's encyclopedia that was about Aborigines. So I might try to work this in somehow. Now, spoiler alert, tomorrow's chapter is about Aborigines too. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I think tomorrow I'm going to focus on their art. Because he did talk a little bit about art in tomorrow's chapter. Today was more about the people themselves. So I think I'm going to use this, and I might use some of this stuff. I've made my own paper. So and I'm going to fast forward because I don't know how long this is all going to take. And it's nothing that I haven't already done the last couple times. I don't know. This, you know, he didn't ask me when he wrote this book, do I need to make every channel invigorating and highly susceptible to art journaling. So I have to go with what I have. Right? But I might use this and that and that. I cut out a little word, Australia. And the dog is going, he doesn't feel so great today. He had a vet appointment yesterday. His blood pressure was still 260. They never tell you the bottom number, or top or bottom number. And she said it was too high. So she put him back on a second blood pressure medicine. And we're going with that. But he was already sick this morning. Throwing up. So that's all the news I know today. I'm going to fast forward. Ooh, I did find, you know, these I faked, but I found an old rusted brake drum in a ditch around the corner from our house. That'll be a great Echodyne implement. If I can do them right one of these days. Oh, this one's, I said I wanted to use these pages right here. Maybe today's the day I use these. I said this the other day. I love all those colors together. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to have to fast forward, otherwise we'll be here for hours. Since I am just layering paper and doing pretty much the same thing I have been doing, which I'm going to say that unapologetically, because I'm loving all these different little, what do you call it? Not vignettes, spreads. I guess just spreads. I'm cleaning off my desk so I can watch classic movies on my iPad right there. Anyhow, I thought I would read to you some of the stuff that Wikipedia says about Australian Aborigines. I had always known the term to be Aborigine is only applying to Australia until I was much older and realized it was the first people of the land, of any land. Aboriginal Australians is a Western term for the people who are from the Australian mainland and many of its islands, such as Tasmania, Fraser Island, Hinchinbrook Island, Tiwi Island, Groote Eylandt, and Torres Strait Islands. Aboriginal Australians comprise many distinct peoples who have developed across Australia for over 50,000 years. Yeah, people. They're just now giving them the respect they deserve. And I'm sure there's still lots of issues. And I only know what I know from Wikipedia or documentaries or National Geographic. So who knows? I haven't lived there. I have never been there. It is on my bucket list. These people have a broadly shared, though complex, genetic history, but it is only in the last 200 years that they have been defined and started to self-identify as a single group. The definition of the term Aboriginal was changed over time and place with the importance of family lineage, self-identification, and community acceptance of all being of varying importance. The term Indigenous Australians refers to, excuse me, the term Indigenous Australians refers to Aboriginal Australians as well as Torres Strait Islanders, and the term should only be used when both groups are included in the topic being addressed. Huh. Anyhow, let's see. 50,000 years. Aboriginal groups are still ongoing, but evidence has suggested that they have genetic inheritance from ancient Asian, but not more modern peoples. I can't read. Studies regarding the genetic makeup of Aboriginal groups are still ongoing, but evidence has suggested that they have genetic inheritance from ancient Asian, but not more modern peoples, share some similarities with Papua New Guinea, but have been isolated from Southeast Asia for a very long time. Wow. Before extensive European settlement, there were over 250 Aboriginal languages. Their most indigenous closeness and genetically to Papua New Guinea, and they're very distinct from the indigenous populations of Borneo and Malaysia. Huh. Anyhow, they're starting to finally get some acceptance and some recognition and some respect. Am I completely, are they getting everything they completely deserve? I don't know yet, because that's not my expertise. And I don't want to be politically incorrect. So I'm just writing wheat on here, which is what he talked about today, besides the indigenous people of Australia. Well, I don't hate it. I got all my little elements in there. Let's see. All I did was put in wheat, Australia, and the book's word definition for Aborigine. Latin word meaning from the beginning. Aborigines are the first people to live in a particular place, but we usually use the word to refer to the first people to live in Australia. Australian Aborigines are dark-skinned people who usually have black hair. I think that's kind of socially unacceptable these days. They don't always have black hair. Anyhow, I like that. You like this page, Curty? It is different, isn't it? All right. The dog is going crazy. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.